It's getting worse and no one seems to listen. I'm not the first whose life needs some revision. If I am stuck in this cold dark room for one more lonely minute,
Hi, my name is Grant Parker. I'm a student at the Berklee College of Music, aspiring musician. I'd like to take a few minutes just to tell you about something really cool that's come into my life as of late. An amplifier by Vox, and it's called the AV60. I was actually privileged enough to make it to the 2016 Winter NAMM last year, and during that time I didn't have an amplifier that I could use on stage. I was borrowing amps, I was selling and trading stuff just because I couldn't find something that I felt was worth, holding on to and using all the time. Plus, I'm in an apartment and space is limited. And so I was walking around, all the exhibits and looking at all the new things. While I was browsing around, I actually got a chance to stop by the Vox Korg booth. So you have Korg like right around the corner, and then Vox is right here. And it was everything and more that you could imagine of a Vox exhibition booth. You have, the new combo amps, the new stacks, the cabinets, everything's just... There was one particular amplifier though that right away almost caught my eye, and I don't think I knew why consciously at the time I was drawn to this amp, but now I have a better idea, of course, after using it for a little while. I can tell you that it didn't look like your quintessential tube or whatever amplifier. It didn't look like a Vox amp either, and I think that's why maybe I was kind of interested by it. Usually, you have the Vox, the vintage Vox grill with the burgundy and gold mesh and whatnot, and that's pretty cool. It had this luxurious kind of vibe that was giving out. And, like anyone at an NAMM show who sees something new, that I had to look around and ask a rep, if I could try it out. So the guys at Vox, of course, are great. Right away, yeah, sure, they handed me a guitar. I think it was some kind of it was a vintage Strat or something like that with the 3 single coils. So while I was doodling around, this gentleman came over and started, switching around the controls on the amplifier, and so I stopped because I didn't want to mess anything up that he was trying to do. Maybe he was trying to hear, what it sounded like in certain ways, which is cool. That's pretty much what everybody's doing at the show. And he said, no, please keep playing. So I started to play, and all of a sudden it started to bloom up. As the sound started to bloom, I was thinking, wow, I really like this. And I kept playing, I was getting into it, and then I told him, I said, whatever you just did, made this just sound amazing. And he goes, oh yeah, I know, I designed that. And I went, whoa, what? So it happened that gentleman was analog engineer for Korg, which is pretty cool. I could have just walked away right there. Every setting after setting that he set, it sounded like a different amp, different sound, beautiful, each one of them. And I was so amazed at how versatile it was. It's like plugging in several analog designed pedals into your amplifier and not having all the the rubble all over the floor, there's a power level feature on it, which complements the volume feature from each channel. There's 2 channels. They all have the bass, mid, treble, gain. Now I could sit here for hours and talk about all the sounds that I like that come out of this amplifier and all the different things it can do, but really that would take way too much time. So I'm going to talk about one more thing that I really appreciate, and that's the versatility that this amp offers. I don't have the luxury of walking around with 5 different amplifiers, 5 different cabinets and all that. I'm a student, I travel a lot. I don't have a lot of space, let's put it that way. For example, right out of the box it has that kind of, you don't even have to twiddle with the settings. It has that kind of John Mayer, I like to call it the John Mayer trio sound when he played in LA with Pino Palladino and Steve Jordan. And then with the flip of a switch, you get this kind of gloomy, brighter sounds, kind of like, really comes out at you. That's enough talking for me. So much more about this amplifier and what it's capable of by going on Vox's website, or going to a music store is probably the best idea, and just playing one, because they sound amazing, especially in person, as most amps do. And there's also a lot of great YouTube videos of really fantastic musicians showing just how amazing this amplifier is. If you get the chance. And if you get the chance to pick one up, I think you're going to be happy with it. I think you're going to be very happy with it. So my name's Grant Parker. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and go play some guitar.
Wonderful things coming home.